got a great game for you on the top of Utah television. Number 1 in 4A East, number 2 in 4A Logan. If you look at the overall state rankings, they're right behind each other once again at 4 and 5. Both have won their regions. Both are headed to the playoffs, but which one will go to the playoffs 9-1 and which one will go in at 10-0? It's the triple threat option of the East High Leopards against the spread them out and score a lot spread offense of the Logan Grizzlies. Two pretty good defenses on both sides of the ball. We're going to have a great game for you, so make sure that you stay tuned.
Hi, this is Bobby at your locally owned Ashley Furniture Home Store. You're not going to believe the great deals we have right now with our non-profit event. Right now with our huge non-profit event, our entire store is on sale. Mattresses, sofas, recliners, lamps, you name it. Anything in this store as well as anything we can order, all at our non-profit event. I dare you to compare in the valley, out of the valley, on the internet. It doesn't matter. Our prices won't be beat.
Hi, I'm Dolores and I want to welcome you to Gosner Foods. We're celebrating our 45th year here at Gosner Foods and we're very excited about it. We started with just enough milk to make half a vat of cheese every day, and now we're taking about 1.5 million pounds of milk in every day. We finally have our milk going to our troops in Afghanistan. This has been a dream of ours for a long time, since we've had the military business but not been able to take it to the people that really needed it that were overseas.
Antwerp, Belgium, the diamond capital of the world. As a master IJO jeweler, S.E. Needham Jewelers has a rare opportunity to buy directly from the Antwerp diamond cutter. S.E. Needham Jewelers will be leaving for Antwerp shortly to hand-pick diamonds at substantial savings. So stop in now to have S.E. Needham Jewelers choose the perfect diamond for you directly from Antwerp, Belgium. Only at S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block at the sign of the clock.
Welcome everyone to beautiful East High. It's the East High Leopards and the Logan Grizzlies in the final game of the regular season on a Wednesday night because it's UEA weekend. Two 9-0 teams squaring off and going against each other. Good defenses, two totally different type of offenses. Along with Jared Christensen and the rest of the top of Utah television crew, I'm Dave Bennett welcoming you to tonight's coverage. We appreciate you joining us. The Logan Grizzlies on the road taking on the East High Leopards. These two teams have met 11 previous times and East has won all of them. So we should have a great game for you tonight. We want to make sure to remind you the great folks that help make tonight's coverage possible. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Sports Academy, your club, your results, your life.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Gosner Foods, nature provided, we perfected, sending milk to our troops across the world. S.E. Needham Jewelers, Utah's oldest jewelry store where Utah gets engaged. Ashley Furniture Home Store. Bobby has gone insane with the no-profit sale. The Bridgerland Applied Technology College, their television program. Check out their video program at batc.edu. Firehouse Pizzeria. Come experience the Stone at Firehouse. Open late after every game. Cash Telecom. Fortune 500 services for the small and medium-sized business. Ally Media Group. Your media ally at allymediagroup.com. Graphics Press is a full-service and self-service business center copy print shop in Smithfield and Providence. And Diablo's Dome, experience the ultimate scare in Harriman. Now, as we salute our nation's colors, we had an opportunity to speak with both head coaches in his second year here at East High. Coach Brandon Matich, a very nice gentleman. We asked him about this year's 9-0 East Leopards. We're with head coach Matich of the East High Leopards. Coach, you've been here 2 years. Before that, Park City. Tell us about this year's Leopards.
I got a great group of guys that are very athletic. We got a big group of linemen, and they're very close is the most important thing. I got really good character kids on this team.
You run the triple option. That can oftentimes be very difficult to stop because you, in effect, have 4 running backs.
Yeah, we like it. You know, it's a part of who I am. It's a part of my makeup. I'll do it as long as I'm coaching. We feel that it, prevents difficulties for the defense to defend, and, it kind of slows them down. That, takes away their aggressive nature. So, we like it. It's worked for us.
Well, you've obviously been working very well. You're undefeated. You're 9-0. You've already won your region. Some folks are saying maybe this is a look ahead to the championship game. Now, I know you don't want to look that far ahead, but what do you need to do tonight to be successful against the Grizzlies?
Keep the ball out of their hands. Coach Favero and the staff do such a good job with that offense, and obviously DJ Nelson's kind of the buzzword right now, but that whole family, obviously. But we just got to play our game, play the way we know how to play, and hopefully good things will happen.
Coach Matich, we wish a lot of good luck to you and the Leopards tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
Coach, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And if you've got just half a second, I'll have you help me with some pronunciation so that I... A very stirring and moving rendition of the national anthem here at East High. Now, Coach Brandon Matich, in his second year, he came, Jared, from Park City, so he is acquainted with the Logan High Grizzlies.
Pardon? Sorry.
Now, we also had a chance to talk with Coach Favero. Let's hear what he had to say as the Grizzlies, for the first time ever, have gone 9-0. We're with head coach Mike Favero. 13 years, coach, with the Grizzlies, but a first for you, the first regular season undefeated. How does that feel?
I probably thank our players, man. It's hard to be, and then we got some good players, so we've been fortunate.
Now, the last time the Grizzlies had a totally undefeated season, they won a state championship. I know you take things one game at a time. This is a big matchup. Number 4 in the state, number 5 in the state. What have you been talking to the kids about this week?
Take the opportunity to play against the number 1 ranked team in the state, which is East, so in terms of 4A, and it's a great opportunity to come down to Salt Lake and play our 10th game of the season against a very, very good coaching staff, a good team, and a good program.
They bring the triple option, something that we don't see a whole lot in the northern region. How do you tell the defense what to cue on?
Well, it's part of why we wanted to play East, because they're one of the best at running the triple option, and there's a very strong likelihood there are a number of good triple option teams in the state, so we wanted to see it before the playoffs, so it'll give us an opportunity to see how we do against it.
Success tonight for the Grizzlies would mean what?
Playing as hard as we can and as well as we can.
Coach, we wish you and the Grizzlies good luck tonight.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike. Our thanks to Coach Favero for taking a moment to speak to us before the game, and we would also like to thank head coach Matich as well as Kathy Butler, the athletic director here at East High, for making us feel so welcome. Jared, this game, some people would say, why play it? Both teams have secured their region championship. Both teams have a chance of getting a critical player hurt. On the other side, I think you want to play football, don't you? You don't, and especially against top-level competition.
Yeah, I don't think that there's anything that a coach would want more right now than to play another team that's at your level or greater than to help you get ready to go into the playoffs.
Well, now, the Deseret News has this game as a 2-point game. You looked at MaxSports.com, was
yeah,
that it?
Max Preps.
And they had it as a 3-point game.
Exactly.
So nobody's expecting anybody to run away from the other here. Now, we mentioned, as we were bringing you the pregame, that these teams have met 11 times, and East holds the record 9-0-2, 2 ties. Now, at first, that sounds, wow, why would Logan want to play this game? Well, you got to remember that 7 of those games came in the 1920s when East and Logan were playing each other for the state championship. The most recent time they played was 1956 and then they met in a first-round game in 1996. And East won that game and knocked Logan out of the playoffs that year.
You know, it's been a while since these two teams have met, so you're going to see two completely different clubs coming together to play some ball tonight.
Well, both teams are well steeped in history. East High, one of the oldest high schools in Salt Lake City. Logan, one of the oldest schools in the northern end of the state, and two fine football traditions. Now, if you look ahead next week to the playoffs in Region 5, Logan is number 1, Mountain Crest finishes the season at number 2, Skyview number 3, Box Elder number 4. There are no games to be decided. And down here in Region 6, that is also settled. East is number 1, Bountiful is number 2, Highland is number 3, and Woods Cross is number 4. East is the region champ for the first time since 2007, their 32nd time overall. All of the drama is down in Region 8. Neither one of these teams know who they're playing because Region 8 gets settled tonight.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see. I'm sure that both teams are really anxious to see who they're going to be playing, but you have a playoff-type game tonight, and both teams are, I'm sure, more than ready to get out there and play some football.
Well, the only thing settled in Region 8 is Timpview is number 1. That's their 18th region title, 7th in a row, so they're kind of back to normal form. Maple Mountain, Orem, they're still open. Timpanogos, Mountain View, Springville, they're still open. Now, Maple Mountain could finish 2nd or 3rd, Orem from 2nd to 4th. Timpanogos as high as 2nd and as low as having to play their way in to the playoffs. Salem Hills has to beat Maple Mountain to force a playoff with the Mountain View Springville winner and Timpanogos, but Orem's favored. If Maple Mountain wins Timpanogos and Mountain View Springville winner in, it's a mess down there. But it's not a mess here at East High. We are ready to go. It's kicked off deep into the end zone, and East first possession of the ball game will start 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Jared, let's take a look at the starting offense for the East High Leopards. Go ahead and read them off for us.
Okay, yeah, looks like the starting offense for East High is number 1. Chiwuga Patefela, Aliti Molisi. Looks like we have Ben Johnson, Evan Cantor, Mickey Taylor.
Baez pass intended for
John Fakafua.
John Fakafua.
We have Ula Tutalfelinki, Merrill Talatui, and PJ Numerson.
Defensively, who do we have for the Grizzlies?
Defensively for the Grizzlies, we have Chase Anderson, Jaden Connor, Caden Anderson, Taylor Compton, Chase Nelson, Johnny Duke, Hunter Ballum, Austin Rice, Dallin Dahl.
Now, an interesting turn of events right here. A spread offense that throws on their first possession and fumbles on their second. So this high-powered Logan offense will get the ball 1st and 10 at the East High. Let's see if we could tell who knocked it loose. It looked like it was number 60 who knocked it loose.
Darian Daniels,
one of their leading tacklers. So 1st and 10, the fumble, bad snap, Grizzlies in the backfield. And so the Grizzlies have it 1st and 10 on the East 13-yard line. Turnovers, a critical factor when two teams are this closely matched. DJ Nelson on the pitch to Smith, far side, takes it from the 13 inside the 10 to about the 9, 4-yard run for Smith. Give us a look at the Logan offense.
Logan offense has a lot of weapons. See, we know that DJ Nelson starting at quarterback, Jesse Brady, Jake Thompson, Hagan Anderson, John Schmidt, Latu Pawini, Hampton Ware, Dito Martin, Dalton Cole, and Coulter Cottle.
Logan has an uncovered receiver, and now East recovers thanks to the pause. They still have an uncovered receiver in the slot. And our first penalty of the ball game.
Looks like it might be a false start.
Flag down.
Well, I think they had a lean on this side, number 5, Jake Thompson. And so that'll back them up 5 yards. Defensively, who do we have for East?
East, we have Lito Molisi, Juga Patafella, Ben Johnson, Evan Cantor, Corey Rush, Sion Maconi. We have Josh Fakafunu. He's starting both ways, it looks like. We have Chase Barney. And it looks like a couple people playing both ways.
Nelson with a quarterback draw, had a seam for a while, and he picks up the 5 yards they lost and about another 4. So we'll call it a 9-yard run by DJ Nelson. In on the tackle, number 6, Ben Johnson for East High. And here come the Grizzlies, 3rd and 8 inside the Leopard 10-yard line. Nelson under pressure, throws and dropped. Intended receiver for Logan was number 7. That is Jesse Brady.
You can see here it was just supposed to be a quick out route to try to get the first down, and it looks like it was a basic case of him trying to look up the field before he caught the ball.
Did everything but catch it. And he catches it, and he does have the first down. Instead, Logan is now going to kick an 28-yard field goal. Thompson, the kicker. It is up and good. So the Grizzlies do take advantage of the early turnover, and with 9:36 to play in the first, make it 3-0. We'll be back after these messages. That was the fumble that led to the 3 points for the Logan Grizzlies. A 28-yard field goal for Thompson makes it 3-0 here in the early lead for the Grizzlies. Thompson gets his foot into it again this time and drives him deep into the end zone, and that's 2 dropped kickoffs.
Yeah, you know, they're lucky that the ref just waves his hand, calls that a touchback immediately.
Yeah, otherwise that's a live ball.
On their 20-yard line.
If you look at these two teams coming into the season, Jared, Logan, 49-14 over Bear River, 32-25 over Cottonwood, 56-31 over Bountiful, 48-28 over Spanish Fork, 40-10 over Bonneville. They defeated Roy 49-7, just absolutely annihilated Skyview 67-7. Beat Mountain Crest 34-6, and Box Elder is the only team this year to keep them under 30 points. It was a 28-14 victory to seal the region championship last week.
Yeah, Logan definitely has very high-powered offense, and I think that East is very lucky to get away with just 3 points there after turning the ball over in the red zone.
And it looked like there was another fumble at the end of this play, and there was also some laundry on the field. Let's see if we can see who it's against or the signal. A chop block. That's a 10-yard penalty.
Down, chop block against East.
So a minus 10-yard penalty. And that'll back East up 1st and 10 on their own 10.
First down and 10.
East High with a very powerful running attack. Logan stacks the line. He throws. That is a backwards pass. That's a live ball. That will be a safety. That's a safety. The Grizzlies get 2 points on the safety.
And a free kick.
Safety on the play.
The Logan Grizzlies were in the backfield as fast as the ball. Let's see if we can see who came in.
Pressure.
2 points.
He had a lot of pressure there. That was forcing him to throw the ball quicker than he probably planned on the wide receiver screen. And because it was a backwards pass and it went out of the end zone, that's a safety and a free kick for Logan, and they go up 5-0 over East.
Do you call it? I mean, it's the last season of the game. It can't be preseason jitters. Is it just big game jitters? Is it looking ahead to the playoffs? This is not the offensive production I expected out of East.
You know, there could be a list of many things. You know, it's a short week. They didn't have as much time to prepare for Logan. And then knowing on top of that this is a big game with big playoff implications written all over it, you know, it could just be adding up right now. And, you know, I'm expecting East to kind of let some of that nerves settle here and get going again.
East does have 2 out for injury, but other than that, both teams are squaring away with their first team here. If you look at East coming into this game, they defeated Pineview 35-27. They were over Orem 41-17, rolled over West. That's a big game. 21-6. Take out Fremont. This is their closest game of the season. It's the overtime win against Fremont 23-20. No problem with Woods Cross 34-20. Annihilated Clearfield 55-34, took out Cypress 53-6, and then here's what I think is critical. Their last 2 games, they've held the opponents scoreless. They defeated a good Bountiful Brave team 27-0 and a good Highland team 22-0. This is a good defense. Logan gets the ball in excellent field position on a little bit of kind of a botched kick. It'll be the Grizzlies with excellent position, 1st and 10 at the East 46-yard line.
You know, East is not setting themselves up very well to win this game early on in the first quarter. They've had turnovers, a lot of penalties, a safety, and then they haven't even let Logan start from Logan's side of the field. We've been on East side of the field the whole game.
Well, all of the pregame hype about this game was the East defense versus the Logan offense. This is going to be our second chance to look at it as the Grizzlies, with DJ Nelson in the backfield, start out 1st and 10. And they actually spotted the ball at the 44, not the 46.
You know, and I'm sure that East High has a little bit of momentum that they feel after stopping Logan.
Pressure on Nelson. Man downfield, and he overthrows Brady, the intended receiver.
I'm not quite sure if Brady was even looking for that ball. You see here, Nelson drops back, has a lot of time, lets it go. Brady kind of just stopped on the play.
Well, in the backfield fast was John Fakahafuli. He's coming from this right side, and here he comes again. Nelson across the middle, and another case of dropsies for the Logan High Grizzlies. Artist could not pull in the pass. That's something else you don't see, is the Grizzlies dropping a lot of thrown balls.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of receptions every game and get a lot of yards. And that's just one thing you don't ever want to do when you have the momentum going your way, is have tip passes.
Well, yeah, Brady with the drop for the first down, and now Artist with the drop. Nelson under pressure going deep down the field, and because he had to hurry, he throws it 8 yards past his intended receiver. And again, in with the pressure, number 6, Ben Johnson, who's having a great game tonight for East. So the defensive pressure of East is living up to the hype at the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they are. We haven't seen Logan's offense do much. Logan's defense got the 2 points on the board, and then East basically gave them that field goal to start the game.
And DJ Nelson normally makes that pass because the intended receiver had a step and a half, and DJ can tip it right over him, and DJ was way off with that throw. Is it the pressure, or again, is it kind of the jitters?
You know, I think that we'll really see both these teams calm down quite a bit here as the game gets going a little bit. All the hype might just be adding to the nerves, and I'm sure that that's one thing that makes the coaches the most frustrated, is seeing their team not focus like they usually are in playing like it's the preseason.
Well, now here is a big penalty. Offsides on the East defense. Instead of making it 4th and 10, makes it 4th and 5. Coach Favero going for it on 4th and 5, and I say, why not? Even if he turns it over, he's inside the East 40-yard line.
He's probably going to try to draw another penalty and pick up the free first down.
Nelson Throws complete and good for 7 yards and a first down. That is the first down to Brady of the game.
It's a great pass. You see here, it was a quick out route, and it was just an excellently thrown ball by Nelson to his outside shoulder where only he could catch it.
You'll notice good tacklers on the East defense. They get right on it. Logan's used to a lot of yards after the catch. Doesn't look like East is going to allow too much of that tonight, but it's 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. Nelson. They set up the middle screen to Smith. He catches it and gets 3 yards.
Yeah, East did a great job of reading that play there. You see him, anytime that you get to go free like that, coaches tell you look for the screen, and they had plenty of guys there to bring him down for a short gain.
Quick reaction by the East defense, leaping like leopards onto the ball. That was big number 50. There's 54 or 56. No, it was 56. PJ. A run by the Grizzlies, still breaking tackles, and finally knocked out of bounds. Beautiful run by Nelson.
Nelson on the quarterback keeper.
So another big first down. 3 broken tackles. So first down. They're on the 15-yard line, roughly, 14-yard line.
15-yard line
Of East High. East shows blitz right up the middle. Nelson from shotgun. And Brady drops another one. DJ Nelson coming into this game as a rusher
2nd down and 10.
with 164 carries for 1,028 yards, averaging 6.27 yards a carry and 18 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he's the leader all around on their offense. He gets all the yards passing, rushing, total yards of offense. DJ Nelson dominates.
Well, carrying the ball, don't forget Smith. He also does a very good job. 221 yards, 5.67 yards a carry. But Nelson's been alone all night in the backfield. And another tipped pass.
Nelson's pass intended for Brady.
That one was a little bit overthrown, but, you know, he threw it to where only his guy could catch it.
Until the tip, and then it's a live ball. There's a flag on the field. And I think it's going to be a late hit on the quarterback. Personal foul would be a first down.
Nelson's having to get rid of that ball a lot quicker than I think he's used to, with East High bringing a lot of different blitz packages, forcing him to throw it a lot quicker and maybe messing up his, his throw a tiny bit. Takes just a little bit of pressure before, quarterback starts feeling the feet, hearing footsteps.
Well, and that is a first down for the Grizzlies.
1st and goal, Grizzlies.
Their 3rd first down of the ball game, and makes it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Nelson again alone and again incomplete. Dropping the ball that time, number 9, Caden Anderson.
Yeah, Caden's, I believe, his favorite target, receiving the ball. Let's see.
Now this is receptions here.
Okay.
Actually, the most yardage belongs to Hagan Anderson
Jake
and
Thompson.
Jake Thompson. And John Smith. Don't forget Smith out of the backfield for 671 yards of passing. And for the first time tonight, we see Smith in the backfield with Nelson. And so the big threats are Smith, Thompson, and Artist, and Brady up there as well. There's plenty of receivers on this Logan team, just like there's plenty of ball carriers on the East team. Timeout Logan. We'll take it as well and be back after these messages.
Called by Logan.
Antwerp, Belgium, the diamond capital of the world. As a master IJO jeweler, S.E. Needham Jewelers has a rare opportunity to buy directly from the Antwerp diamond cutter. S.E. Needham Jewelers will be leaving for Antwerp shortly to hand-pick diamonds at substantial savings. So stop in now to have S.E. Needham Jewelers choose the perfect diamond for you directly from Antwerp, Belgium. Only at S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block at the sign of the clock.
Welcome back to East High. Jared Christensen, Dave Bennett here with you. Logan knocking on the door. 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line after the incompletion. Logan continues to spread the field wide. 5 wide receivers. Nelson alone in the backfield. East bringing everybody. Logan picks it up. Nelson has time, and the intended receiver fell down as he made his cut. And that was a dangerous play because number 13, Sione Makoni, was a pick 6. He catches that ball. There's nobody going to catch him.
Yeah, you see here on the replay, he unloads, and just a great defensive play. And I think that Schmidt might have lost his footing just a tiny bit.
Just as he made his cut, he slipped. But Makoni could have picked that off and returned it for a touchdown. 7:25 to play in the first. The Grizzlies lead 5-0. Looking for more. Nelson is going to get wrapped up and tackled in the backfield. It's a loss of 6 yards.
That was Corey Rush for the East High. You see DJ trying to get out of there, and Corey Rush just stopped him in his tracks, held him up, didn't let him go anywhere, and brought him down, forced him to try to field goal.
Thompson into kick from the 20-yard line. That makes it a 30-yard field goal. And the East defensive line has been pressuring all night. Thompson's kick is up and good. And the Grizzlies tack on 3 more to make it 8-0. We're back after these messages.
East High, no score.
Yeah.
Antwerp, Belgium, the diamond capital of the world. As a master IJO jeweler, S.E. Needham Jewelers has a rare opportunity to buy directly from the Antwerp diamond cutter. S.E. Needham Jewelers will be leaving for Antwerp shortly to hand-pick diamonds at substantial savings. So stop in now to have S.E. Needham Jewelers choose the perfect diamond for you directly from Antwerp, Belgium. Only at S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block at the sign of the clock.
Thompson to kick for the Grizzlies. Melissi back deep for East. The Grizzlies lead 8-0. 3 scores, but very unique ball game so far. Thompson again gets a leg into it. This one sails into the end zone as well. So East, for the 3rd time in the first quarter, has the ball 1st and 10 on their own 20.
Yeah, you know, if you're East right now, you got to look at the positive. They've had a fumble, which gave Logan their first 3 points. They had an incomplete pass, but it was a backwards pass that went out of the back of the end zone to give them the other 2. And then a couple of penalties and good plays by Logan got him down the field. But East, every time Logan's been knocking on the door to get in that end zone, has stopped him and forced him to kick a field goal.
Very strong East defense. Most games, Logan's up 14-0 at this point.
Yeah, Logan definitely, they're averaging 12.7 points in the first quarter.
So a 2-yard run. Wildman in on the tackle for the Grizzlies. And the ball carrier was number 6, Ben Johnson. Is that 6?
Might be number 8.
That's who I was looking for. 8, Cook, the starting quarterback. They come to this side again, nothing there. The ball carrier this time, number 12, Polisi. And it's a loss of 3.
About a 3rd and 15 now. Logan's defense is looking really sharp so far, putting a lot of pressure on East High and forcing them to lose yards and they already got that safety. So I'm sure Logan's really excited about their defensive play right now.
East with a fumble, a safety, and going backwards in this 3rd possession. Rolls out, good protection, hit as he releases it. Wide open receiver, and he's going to be very close to the first down. They needed 15. I think it's a 14-yard pass completion.
Cook's pass complete to number 16, John.
Cook to Fakahafua, and they spot him a half-yard short.
That's just
so
great
they're going to
blocking.
go for it.
Looks like they're getting up to the line quick.
Well, they didn't get to the line quick enough. What they needed to do was get up there and snap it really fast before Logan got set. Did they stop him? I think they did.
Looks like they might have.
The Grizzlies with a phenomenal line surge. Coming off the bottom of the stack there for the Grizzlies, number 32, that's Austin Rice.
Yeah, you can see the replay here. Just a basic quarterback keeper, but
he didn't get it.
But Logan dominated the line of scrimmage there.
Also at the bottom, number 54 for the Grizzlies. That's Pawnee, a well-known Logan football name. And I don't think they got it.
Officials time out for a measurement.
They're coming out for the measurement. If he got it, it was a very generous spot.
It was.
And he didn't. They needed one. They didn't get it. They turn it over on downs. You know, go ahead, Jared.
I was just going to say, and once again, East is just setting Logan up for some more points. But so far, their defense has answered. But, you know, if you don't go for it here, if you don't have those turnovers, Logan might not have any points on the board.
First and 10 for the Grizzlies on the 30-yard line for East High. Logan leads 8-0, 2 field goals and a safety. Nelson alone in the backfield. Lots of red jerseys in his face again. He scrambles, throws, wide open in the middle, and he missed him. Oh, my.
Yeah, that was one of those throws where he's rolling one way and tries to throw the other way. And that's one of the most difficult passes to make as a quarterback.
Hagan Anderson, the intended receiver, wide open in the middle of the field.
Yeah, you can see here Nelson's just kind of running around. He had plenty of time, but he's running and just tries to get rid of it because he was under pressure, but just a little bit behind his receiver who was wide open.
East with all sorts of pressure on Nelson tonight. Now he gets to the right side, cuts up, and he picks up 7 or 8 yards on the run. East is getting good pressure, Jared, and then Logan, I think Logan has an opportunity to start to run some draws. Not so much the dive, but get Smith in the backfield and run inside the tackles because the East defensive tackles are getting a ton of penetration. Run inside of it.
Yeah, they are. Corey Rush for East. He's a defensive end, and he's definitely getting upfield and putting a lot of pressure today on DJ Nelson.
I thought he got 7. They only spotted him for 5, so it is 3rd and 5. Smith in the backfield with Nelson. East again showing pressure. Nelson, combined draw or design draw all the way. Good for a first down. He picked up 6 yards on the run. Straight ahead. They went away from the pressure.
Just as you talked about, you know, just a great play. A little high snap there, but
good block by Smith right there.
Yeah, it was a draw from the beginning, and Smith just got out there and sealed it up for him to get him.
Well, the linebacker read the gap right and shot in. Smith was able to pick up the block. So 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies inside the Leopard 30-yard line. 4:34 to play in the first quarter. Nelson runs inside the pressure again. Makes a beautiful cut, and he's in the end zone. 20-yard touchdown run, DJ Nelson, his 19th rushing touchdown of the year.
He's a very dangerous passer, very dangerous runner. He's just a great player overall. This was a designed pass, and he gets a lot of pressure there. Guy was there to try to bring him down, but it was an arm tackle, and DJ Nelson's running ability and his ability to adjust in the run got him that touchdown
and
right there.
A couple of really bad angles by the Leopard defenders. And a beautiful move right there because number 3, Neil Robbins, all set up to make the tackle, and Nelson makes that great cut.
Yeah, Nelson made some great cuts, but, you know, you can't ever take away the blocking that he had there. There was a lot of downfield blocking. You can't get rushes like that without that.
It is 15-0 for the Grizzlies. We'll be back after these messages.
Hi, this is Bobby at your locally owned Ashley Furniture Home Store. You're not going to believe the great deals we have right now with our nonprofit event. Right now with our huge nonprofit event, our entire store is on sale. Mattresses, sofas, recliners, lamps, you name it. Anything in this store as well as anything we can order, all at our nonprofit event. I dare you to compare in the valley, out of the valley, on the internet. It doesn't matter. Our prices won't be beat. Hi, this is Bobby at your locally owned Ashley Furniture Home Store. You're not going to believe
after the 20-yard touchdown run by DJ Nelson, and that one goes even further than the first three.
Yeah,
it goes out the back of the end zone.
Looks like his legs getting stretched out a little bit. He's been doing a lot of kicking, 2 field goals, an extra point, and 3 kickoffs.
Well, it is a beautiful night for football. This is a lovely facility, great location, just a mile south of where the championship's going to be played. And East High looking to get to that championship game. Now, playoffs are next week for both these teams. They are both #1 in their region. And a lot of excitement in the major media, the Salt Lake media, about this game. We're going to talk a little bit more about that after this play. Cook, nowhere to go.
Looks like
good heavens, Jason Cook running for his life. There's no one to pitch to. There's no blocking.
Yeah, you can just see the offense, you know, the line of scrimmage is being dominated by Logan right now when it comes to Logan's defense.
Well, Darian Daniels is in playing right in the center, and look at that. He's just moving people all over, just a monster. Right now, both defensive lines are playing very well. Logan's getting plenty of surge against East, and East's getting plenty of surge against Logan.
Yeah, the triple option does not work if you cannot contain the middle of the field.
No gain on the play. Cook keeps it, comes this side, looks like he has a chance to break it, and then tackled from behind. And who is that? That's Pawnee coming off the bottom of the stack, it looks like. Yeah, number 54. Makes a good shoestring tackle. 5-yard run, the first positive yards tonight for the East High offense.
You always want to remain positive and just build upon it. If you're having a bad game, you have one good play, and that starts your momentum swing.
Well, this was picked by one of the Salt Lake papers as the prep game of the week. And I read an interesting blog. Cook, again, nowhere to go. Looked like he bobbled the snap and then picked it up. And did he lose a yard? Pawnee, Wildman, a whole bunch of Grizzlies in the backfield. They do lose a yard. And that brings up 4th and 6. Jaden Connor coming in on the tackle as well. Jared, this is what the one blog said. It said neither one of these teams. Now, I'm going to preface this. I don't think this way. This was a little bit of a negative comment. But one blogger said both these teams, neither one of them has been challenged. This is their first real game of the year. Now, I don't agree with that, but that's what some of the media was saying.
You know, I know both teams have been challenged. I don't agree with that. We've watched Logan play Cottonwood. You and I called that game.
Correct, and that was a great game. Cottonwood brought it.
Yeah, it was a great game the entire game. Both teams were ready to play, and Cottonwood's a great football team. Logan came out on top.
And East has won that overtime game against Fremont.
Yeah,
so,
Fremont won their division.
And so I don't agree with that blog. I think these are two very, very fine football teams.
Oh, yeah, they're great. Fremont won their region. They were undefeated in their region, and they're 5A. They played up and won. Both these teams have beat great 5A programs already this year.
Nelson with the wide out, and again, Brady doesn't catch the ball. Normally one of Logan's shortest-handed receivers. He's got 3 drops already tonight.
Yeah, just looked like a matter of it. The ball being in his hands when he was at the bottom of his step and he couldn't get up to get it.
So Logan had it 1st and 10 on their own 41. The incompletion makes it 2nd and 10. Smith in the backfield. Nelson to Smith. Makes a nice move. And he's going to be very close for a first down with a pickup of 8 or 9 yards. It looks like they're going to spot it for 8. Nice run after the catch by Smith.
This is exactly what you're talking about earlier, why he's one of Nelson's major receivers, because he can come out of the backfield and pick up a lot of yards, break some tackles, and get his defense confused.
Coming into the ball game, Smith had 55 catches for 671 yards. That's over 12 yards a catch, and he's got 10 touchdowns through the air. 3rd and a long 1. Look for the draw. And he gets 4 yards. And another first down for the Grizzlies, their 4th of the ball game.
You know, the Grizzlies doesn't look like they've been focusing every play or even most plays to try to get the ball in the end zone. They're just trying to pick up a good solid 5-6 yards a play to keep those chains moving.
Well, with the pressure that the Leopard defensive line is bringing, you don't have a lot of time to look down the field. I mean, you look at it, number 16, Faka Ulafia, has been bringing huge pressure from the left side of the Logan offensive line.
And Corey Rush has been coming from the other side. So
Nelson, Brady drops another one.
You know, these passes, they're looking pretty good. They're not perfect. They're hitting him in the hands, and that time he kind of had to spin his body around there to try to get it. He didn't quite make the catch. Bring it in.
Jesse Brady has 372 yards receiving with 35 catches, averaging nearly 11 yards a catch, and he has 5 touchdowns caught on the season. But so far tonight, he's got 4 drops. 2nd and 10 for the Grizzlies. Trips this side, Brady, Thompson, and Artist. Smith in the backfield. Nelson, with time for the first time, throws into double coverage. Intended for number 4. That's Artist. And that incompletion makes it 3rd and 10. And for the first time, Nelson had time.
Yeah, you know, that might have been one of those, I'm going to throw it deep because I can right now. And it may also be to keep the defense honest. So if you got a guy streaking, they're going to respect that every time.
Nelson with time again across the middle. And that time he overthrows the intended receiver. That time going for Artist again, and the incompletions. So it's the Logan miscues, or, well, not miscues, but maybe less than excellent execution that is slowing them down more than the Leopard defense.
Well, you know, Coach Favero is going to watch the film, and so far from the first quarter, I'm sure that he's going to say we need to catch the ball if we want to get into that state championship this year.
First punt goes high but not far. Then a little bit of a Logan bounce. And East will have decent field position, 1st and 10 at their own 22. And for the first possession of the evening, Logan doesn't score.
Yeah, East has been playing great defense all game long, like we've been saying. They've had 1 touchdown. They've been in the red zone 3 times, 2 field goals, and a safety.
So 1st and 10 on the 22, 36 seconds to play in the first quarter. Wow, it seems like we've been playing longer than that, 12 minutes. Cook, good protection across the middle. Oh, complete. Oh, and he drops it. That was a well-thrown ball. That was a nice toss way down the field to John.
You can see the replay here. You just saw him getting over top. Cook wasted no time to get it to him, hit him right in the hands, and it looked like he might have had a step or two, and then he just lost control of it as he was swarmed by Logan's defense. Check that out. Just a great catch, little bobble. The Logan defender got his hand right in there during the bobble and kind of knocked it out. Number 19.
That's Chase Nelson. Man in motion. Cook keeps it, comes this side, bounces once, twice, and he's good for 7 yards.
I'm sure that's not the last time we're going to see that over-the-top play.
3 running plays the exact same way. It looks like they're trying to seal the A-B gap and then bounce it just outside, not come wide, just come outside that tackle. And so far, it's been successful.
Yeah, you know, they're running that triple option, so Cook's got a lot of reading to do right there on the line, and a lot of it's probably based on what the defensive ends are going to do. And if he sees that they're sucking in, he's just going to keep it real quick and go outside.
At the end of the first quarter, it's the Grizzlies 15, the East High Leopards 0. We're back with the second half of play after these messages.
Antwerp, Belgium, the diamond capital of the world. As a master IJO jeweler, S.E. Needham Jewelers has a rare opportunity to buy directly from the Antwerp diamond cutter. S.E. Needham Jewelers will be leaving for Antwerp shortly to hand-pick diamonds at substantial savings. So stop in now to have S.E. Needham Jewelers choose the perfect diamond for you directly from Antwerp, Belgium. Only at S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block at the sign of the clock.
Hi, this is Bobby at your locally owned Ashley Furniture Home Store. You're not going to believe the great deals we have right now with our non-profit event. Right now with our huge non-profit event, our entire store is on sale. Mattresses, sofas, recliners, lamps, you name it. Anything in this store as well as anything we can order, all at our non-profit event. I dare you to compare in the valley, out of the valley, on the internet. It doesn't matter. Our prices won't be beat.
Welcome back to beautiful Tally Stevens Stadium. And East trying to stretch the field again, and the long incompletion will make it 4th and 5.
We haven't spent much time so far this game on this side of the field.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't. Brady and I think is it Thompson or Artist back deep. Let's see. Nice punt. Brady takes it at the 40. Nice spin and bangs it up to midfield. You know, when you look at East, Jared, there's some guys that can carry the ball over there. Jason Cook, the quarterback, 132 carries, 848 yards, 13 rushing touchdowns. You also have Molisi with 747 rushing yards on 137 carries and 5 rushing touchdowns. And Tola Lutau with 200 yards rushing and 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, so far we've really seen Jason Cook, the quarterback, on a lot of keepers on the option.
At the 50-yard line, here come the Grizzlies. Wide open, Brady catches it and takes it to the 11-yard line. 39-yard pass.
Well, looks like Coach Favero for Logan saw East and came up with an idea and said, hey, let's try to go over top. See Nelson unleashing it right there. Jesse Brady with a great reception. Took the receiver or the defenders a few steps to try to pull him down, but they finally successfully bring him down at the 11.
We'd been after Brady just a little bit for dropping the ball, and a huge catch there. 39 yards on the completion. 1st and 10 at the Leopard 11 for the Grizzlies. Back deep for the Leopards was number 27, Nila. Smith, touchdown.
Nelson's pass complete to Smith. Touchdown, Logan.
Now Logan offense looking like what everybody's been seeing all season.
Yeah. 2 plays, 50-yard drive. Looks like it was a planned, quick screen to Schmidt coming out of the backfield.
Thompson in for the extra point. He leads 4A in extra points, thanks to the prolific Logan offense. The extra point is up and good. It is 23 for the Grizzlies, 0 for the Leopards. We're back after these messages.
Logan 22, East High 04.
Antwerp, Belgium, the diamond capital of the world. As a master IJO jeweler, S.E. Needham Jewelers has a rare opportunity to buy directly from the Antwerp diamond cutter. S.E. Needham Jewelers will be leaving for Antwerp shortly to hand-pick diamonds at substantial savings. So stop in now to have S.E. Needham Jewelers choose the perfect diamond for you directly from Antwerp, Belgium. Only at S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block at the sign of the clock.
Nelson good for 39 yards to Jesse Brady down to the 11, and they cap it with a quick screen pass to Jason Smith. The 11-yard touchdown pass makes it 22-0 for the Logan Grizzlies over the East High Leopards. You can see Smith on the inside screen, just splits the seam and is into the end zone. And again, Thompson kicks it into the end zone. No return for East. They will start out 1st and 10 on their own 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possessions now for East. And in the first 5, no first downs.
That's it's not a good stat if you're East. I'm sure that they're working on that, trying to figure out ways to get the ball up the field. But right now, Logan's been looking really good on defense too.
And what a great rushing attack for these East High Leopards. Between Cook and Malisi, they have nearly 1,600 yards of rushing just between the two of them. And then you still got the other 3 guys that get involved in the mix of that. And Cook tonight maybe has 10, 12 yards. And I haven't seen Malisi touch the ball once.
Speaking of, right there.
There's his first carry of the night, and it's good for 4 yards. Actually, they spot him for 5.
5-yard gain, 2nd down and 5.
That was good penetration. Malisi hits that hole very quickly and just blasts right through there. You can see why he has nearly 900 yards of rushes on the season.
Yeah, so far Logan's defensive line is completely dominated, but East might have got a little fire lit under him.
Cook on the option, pitches, coming to this side, and it is the other Nelson, Chase, this time coming in, and then a silly play by Chase at the end of that play as he pushes number 11. Mickey Taylor was the ball carrier. They had him stopped, and Chase, after the whistle, keeps going, and you can't do that. When you look at Mickey Taylor's rushing on the year, Taylor has 75 yards.
And he's also had 3 receptions for 102 yards and 1 receiving touchdown, too.
So they stop him short of the first down and then give them the first down on penalty.
Well, you know, this is what got Logan's momentum started, was, turnover at the very beginning of the game, and then on their first touchdown drive of the game, they got another first down on a penalty. So, you never know what the momentum gets going, but once that momentum starts going against you, it's hard to fight back.
Well, the first down of the ball game comes with 10.5 minutes to play in the second period, and East gets it on a penalty. Cook, under pressure, throws, and he had to hurry that play. Number 9, that is Caden Anderson, came crashing in for the Logan Grizzlies, and Cook had to rush his throw.
Yeah, he had a receiver open. He knew where he was trying to go, but the fact that he had to throw it a little early probably threw him off, and he just launched it.
And Caden Anderson comes into this game with 59 tackles and 2.5 sacks. And his brother Chasen has 97 tackles.
That's a crazy duo right there.
Yeah. And nothing for Cook. And again, Anderson and company in on the tackle. Also coming off the bottom of the stack there, number 49, Dahl, for the Grizzlies. It's a loss of a yard.
Bringing up a 3rd and about 9.5.
Wildman, number 56, had shot the gap as the linebacker. He has been doing that. Dahl is getting great pressure. Pawnee's getting good pressure. Number 60, Daniel's getting great pressure, and then Wildman is shooting that inside gap. East facing 3rd and 9. Here comes the Logan blitz again. Cook rolls away from it, throws back across the field. It is complete.
For a loss of yards.
Complete for -3 yards on the play to Molisi.
I mean, if you're having to adjust your 5 or 7 step drop as a quarterback to a 10 or 13 to try to get extra time to throw, it's a pretty bad sign for you.
That's a strong pass. He had to throw that about 20 yards.
And he took
across the field.
Yeah, he took a strong lick right there at the very end of that play too. So he's getting punished, and he's feeling it.
East forced to punt. their third punt of the night. Kind of a little rugby style off the side of his foot, and then takes an east bounce. Good punt. Gets him all the way down to the 27-yard line. So the Grizzlies will start 1st and 10 on their own 27-yard line. You know, Logan is getting such good pressure inside between Daniels and Wildman. You wonder, so much press is paid to the Logan offense. They've scored the most points of any team, have the widest margin of victory, or the second widest margin of victory in the whole state, and their offense gets a lot of press. You wonder if maybe the defense is saying, hey, you know what? We can play ball too.
And they're definitely proving that tonight. They're putting a lot of pressure on a great East triple option game. They've been shutting it down, not letting them get outside, shutting down the middle as well.
And the pressure by the East defense is everything I think we anticipated, with the defense pitching the 2 shutouts coming into this game. Brady, the receiver, and now with 2 big completions back-to-back, good for 11 yards and a first down.
You can see there he just got right in front of his man, just made a quick cut, and then he was able to make it upfield on a quick wide receiver screen pass.
And there was a great block out on this outside to give him that inside seam.
Yeah, Hagan Anderson definitely sealed that block for him to help him get an extra, 7 or 8 yards. Without that, it would have only been a gain of 2 or 3.
The receiver to this side is Hartman. He's kind of the secret weapon. Nelson pitches to Smith. Smith does a great job bringing the pitch in because Nelson had to hurry it. Wonderful pursuit by the Leopard defense on that side, and Smith picks up a tough 2 yards.
Might be a little risky. Well, I think that was just in time to not be too late of a pitch. That's what you're supposed to do. Draw the defender in, get rid of it if they're there.
Good hustle by Barney, number 31, to get out there and turn Smith back to the inside and wait for his help. That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, containment's always key. Keep them into the middle where all the rest of your defense players are.
Also good backside pursuit by number 56, P.J. Neusa. 2nd and 7 for the Grizzlies. Smith stays inside to help block. Going downfield, double coverage. And he can throw the ball. The intended receiver, Hartman, number 21, talked just a moment ago that what they kind of do is they Artist, Thompson, Brady, Artist, Thompson, Brady, and you kind of start to forget about Hartman over on that other side, and then they'll do a play just like that to see if they can catch you sleeping.
East did a great job there, reading it, bringing up a 3rd and long, and,
And there's always been good deep safety help for the East defense back there. Nelson running for his life. Good job collapsing the pocket. And that's a marvelous play. Corey Rush. We've been calling his name all night, and another exceptional defensive play by Rush.
Yeah, that was the downfield sack is what I like to call it, when the defensive backs, you can see Nelson right there. He had nobody through it to, and then just allows the defensive line that amount of time just to seal up and get the sack, forcing a 4th and long.
Heady performance by Rush so far on the night. He is doing a great job. I didn't have a chance to check much, but I'd be surprised if he doesn't have some colleges looking at him. He's playing very, very well.
And he's
punt.
And he's got a nice big body as well.
And then it takes an East bounce, and East will have good field position, 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line, and they force another punt out of the Logan Grizzlies.
You got to look at the positive if you're East. 2 punts in a row after getting down to 22-0. They've stopped Logan 3 times in the red zone, so you got to look at the positive. Logan has a high-powered offense, and your defense is doing a pretty good job. Now you just got to get your offense to get out there and move the ball.
Well, and I don't think anyone ever questioned the East defense. But can the East offense get going? They come to this side. Good for 2 or 3 yards. The ball carrier, number 11, Mickey Taylor. Actually, they spot him only for a yard on the carry.
Yeah, it was a little reverse play, probably trying to keep Logan's defensive, their linebackers honest there.
Nice tackle by Taylor Compton, number 15 for the Grizzlies. 2nd and 8 for East. Triple option, give and go. Cook right up the middle, breaking tackles. Malisi all the way down, rumbling and stumbling. That big body banks it down to the Logan 43-yard line. So that'll make it a 23-yard run.
Yeah, he's showing us right there on that run why he's their #1 running back. 137 carries, 747 yards, and 5 rushing touchdowns coming into tonight's game. And he just ran downhill over a couple Logan Grizzlies right there to pick up a big yard.
You're not going to arm tackle Malisi. He's a big, strong, powerful runner. That's the type of running game we anticipated from the East High Leopards.
Fumble.
Cook loses the fumble.
Looks like Logan's
and
on
it's
it.
recovered by the Grizzlies. So just when they get it going, then the fumble is recovered by Caden Anderson, number 9.
Yep. Can't be having that. That's the second fumble for East on the snap of the ball. The first one coming first or second play of the game, setting up Logan's first 3 points. And now it happens here when you finally start to get a little bit of momentum, and that's got to be very frustrating.
Yeah, because you'd had a beautiful run by Malisi, 23 yards. So Nelson has it 1st and 10 on his own 43-yard line. Nelson, good for 3.
You know, you got about 6.5 minutes left in this half. If you're East, you're just looking to force Logan to punt one more time and try to get some points on the board so you don't go in with the goose egg and down by 22.
Right, there's a lot of time left to play in this game. Nelson, great protection. Finds the seam to this side and loses his footing. And you see a little slap at the ground in frustration because he had only one man to beat, and he'd have gone for another 10 or 12 yards.
Yeah, you see him right here. He's trying to get upfield. Number 31, Chase Barney, forces him to try to adjust, as he's so good at doing. But right there, he lost his footing and brings up a 3rd and 4.
4-yard run makes it 3rd and 4. Just short of midfield, about a football length short up the 50-yard line. And the field, all natural grass, has some worn spots after a whole season of football. Great pressure by Rush. Nelson gets away from it, gets the first down, and isn't driven out of bounds until the 40-yard line, actually the 39. So it is a 15-yard run.
Yeah, right there you saw Corey Rush getting in there, causing some havoc, forcing DJ Nelson to try to have to run. But he's such a good runner, you might not want him to do that because he picked up the first down.
Rush is living in the Logan backfield. Nobody's even slowing him down. Logan's going to have to find a way to deal with big number 9. Here he comes again. Nelson throws middle of the field, and because of the pressure of Rush, he had to throw it about a half step faster than he wanted to. Otherwise, that's another Logan touchdown.
Yeah, DJ Nelson sure is feeling Rush every time, even if he gets the ball off. You see right here, he got a good hit on him, and then he tried to get upfield. Didn't quite work out.
Rush at 6'3", 230 pounds, is having his way on the left side.
You know, I don't even think he's getting blocked.
Nobody's touching him. I don't think they're slowing him down at all.
Well, there you go.
Nelson up inside. They used Rush's aggressiveness against him, let him penetrate, and then came back up inside of him. And that'll be good for 9 yards, close to a first down.
And Dave, that's exactly what you're talking about earlier. Do a little draw there and run it right up inside the tackles because all the pressure's coming from the outside. And if you just wait a little bit for them to get up the field, then you just take it right where they came from. Gives you a first down almost every time.
The pitch to Brady, good for a first down. They needed 1. They get it all the way down to the 23-yard line. So that is 10 yards.
Once again, Logan's knocking at the door.
And a timeout taken by East. We'll take the timeout as well and be back after these messages. DJ Nelson under pressure, throws complete right in the middle of the field. They needed 10 for first down. They're going to pick up 14. Pass complete to number 1, Hagen Anderson, and Anderson comes up limping.
By Juka for the Leopards.
First and 10, actually first and goal.
First and goal, Logan.
Hagen Anderson limping but stays on the field. Smith with Nelson in the backfield. First and 10 just inside the 10. Nelson throws, complete.
Not quite.
Not quite there. Pass complete to Artist.
Yeah, you can see here, just a quick out, little hesitation there. And he gets the ball there and not quite. He's a little off balance when he caught the ball and didn't quite make it in the end zone, but gets it in really good shape with second and goal from the 2.
Second and goal from the 2. Now they just stepped a man outside. Look for Nelson right up the middle. And East reads it very, very well. No gain on the play. In fact, they'll back him up from the 2-yard line. Look at that, East with great pressure. Who's right there in the middle?
Number 54 right here.
Great job by Telly Alfili.
Yeah, he just holding up the middle, just sat right there, got through the lines almost like he knew that Nelson was going to be trying to run right up the middle, and Nelson run right into him, met him a brick wall.
Well, you know, the Logan scoring dropped each game in the last 4 weeks, and so you wonder, have defensive coordinators started to figure out a way to deal with the Logan offense, because their point total dropped each week in the last 4 until Box Elder was the first team to hold them under 30. So do you wonder, have teams figured out a way to defend the spread?
At this point in the year, I think everybody knows everybody pretty well, and it comes down to execution. Who's going to play better, obviously, but you're not going to pass anything over anybody. You know, nothing's going to get away from these coaching staffs. They spend hours and hours and hours in the film room watching the other teams. They know what they're going to do. Just a matter of successfully getting your team prepared to play.
Well, Logan took a timeout to think about it, and I think that shows how critically Coach Favero is looking at this drive, because East, just like Logan, can eat up yards in great big chunks. In their one successful drive, we've seen them do it. 2 big plays in that drive alone. And I think Coach Favero recognizes that there's nothing to be taken for granted here, and the Grizzlies need points.
Yeah, you know, either side of the way right now, if you're at East, you definitely want to get a big stop here on 3rd and goal to force them to kick the ball again, and you still have about 3 minutes right now to try to put the ball in the end zone or get some points on the board to try to go into halftime not down by more than 20 points.
3rd and goal from the 4. Nelson sends Artist in motion, and now in double motion comes back to this side. And Logan totally changes their formation after seeing the reaction of the East defense. Nelson, complete, but not in the end zone. Or is he?
Yep, the ref's calling
It's called a touchdown. Pass complete, touchdown pass to Hagen Anderson, number 1.
See the replay here is just a quick slant play. Ooh, that's a
oh no, the ball came loose. The ball came loose.
I don't know if that was complete.
That ball came out.
You know, maybe he had possession of the ball, went across the plane, and then he lost possession after that. But from what we're seeing on the replay, looks like he may never have had possession. But in high school football, you can't challenge. There's no official review, so you're going to have to do with the call that's the call.
And the Grizzlies take the points, 29-0 over East here in the second period of play. He never had possession. East finally has a chance to return a kickoff on a beautiful run back. Look at him finding seams, busting tackles. Great play by Melissi, returning it all the way out to the 35, 36-yard line, and a hanky on the field at the end.
Now this is probably going to be a holding penalty, bringing him back a little bit.
Holding against East.
That's exactly what it does, but Melissi showing his speed with a beautiful return.
Now it looks like he's got a chip on his shoulder right now. I'm sure that they all do, but he's playing. We've seen him the last few plays that he's had on offense, and on that return, he's been looking like he's angry, running downhill.
So it ends up being a 13-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, gives it 1st and 10 to the East High Leopards at about their own 15-yard line. Cook under center. Logan shows blitz. Cook bounces it outside, breaks a tackle, has a nice run until his legs are absolutely chopped out from underneath him, but not until he's picked up 12 yards. Great run by Cook.
Yeah, it was a great run. He had a great lead, broke a couple tackles, got upfield, and totally got upended here as DJ Nelson looks like got underneath. Might not have been DJ.
Well, you saw him break a tackle right there.
22.
Cook, a good, strong runner. Number 22 just chops him.
That's Johnny Luke.
Ball on the ground again, and the Grizzlies say they have it.
And the refs say they have it as well.
And coming up off the bottom of the stack there with the ball, number 60, that is Daniels. So the 4th turnover of the ball game for East, 3 fumbles and a safety.
And that was, in the option. Cook is supposed to read what the defense is doing. It looks like he made a late decision to give the ball off. And Melissi probably thought that he was going to pull it. Next thing you don't know, but he's holding on to the ball.
Nelson with time, complete, downfield all the way to the 3-yard line. Pass complete to number 4, Artist.
Nelson's pass complete to number 4, Artist.
Takes it from the 28 to the 4-yard line. That's a 24-yard pass play.
Yeah, they're not wasting any time to try to attack and capitalize on this turnover. You see a quick throw there. Artist makes a good move to the inside, breaks that tackle, and forces number 3, Neil Robbins, to wrap him up and finally bring him down.
And what was key about that play? No pressure by the East Leopards for probably the first time tonight.
Yeah,
they were able to control rush number 9.
East, first and foremost, can't roll over. There's plenty of time to play in this game.
Nelson. Complete. Wow.
Jake Thompson.
Nelson's pass complete to Thompson.
4-yard touchdown pass to Thompson. Look at this bullet.
Just a solid pass to the outside. Nobody had an opportunity to contend it. And another touchdown for the high-powered Logan Grizzlies offense.
Yeah, you're the defender. You think he's setting up a pass block. He's only moved 3 yards. Extra point is up and good. We'll be back after these messages. The Grizzlies open up their lead 32-0 over the Leopards.
Logan 32, East High has scored.
Welcome back to Tally Stevens Stadium. A little bit of faulty math on my part. It's actually the Grizzlies 36, the Leopards with no score. And really, one touchdown that shouldn't have been. The touchdown pass to Anderson was not a completion, but the officials thought it was, so it's on the scoreboard. Nothing you can do about that in high school football. Thompson kicks, out the back of the end zone. Well, the Leopards have a bit of a hole. The Leopards have a little bit of a hole to dig themselves out of, but it's not impossible. The game is still manageable for the Leopards.
Yeah, well, I always look at it this way. Logan has scored 36 in one half. It's just as possible for another team to score 36 or more in the next.
Well, you see that all the time. College football, high school football is a game of the second half because there's an opportunity to make all sorts of adjustments. Cook keeps it, cuts up, not much there. They'll mark it no gain.
And I was looking here. Logan averages about 28, about 29 points in the first half. East averages 13. And then Logan averages 16 points in the second half, and East averages about 19 or 20. So Logan has strong first halves and not so solid second halves, and vice versa for East, where they usually don't come out quite as solid in the first, and then they shape up and make some adjustments and play better in the second half.
Cook, good protection, throws. Ooh, and that could be that could have been called offensive pass interference, but a good job by the intended receiver, Patatefa, playing defense there and knocking the ball away.
Well, Cook was forced to throw the ball quick, and it was going right towards number 15, Taylor Compton, for the Logan Grizzlies. And yeah, when you have that situation, you got to play defense and make sure he doesn't catch the ball.
Compton had a beat on that ball. He's thinking, hey, this is 6 points. And Compton, the corners for Logan are on an island. There's nobody out there to help him. Cook, not a red shirt within 12 yards. Not quite sure where that one was going.
East High fans are feeling a little restless as this is,
Wildman in the backfield, getting pressure for the Grizzlies. Also Anderson, number 9. And so a quick 3 and out. Two men back deep for the Grizzlies. Brady and Artist, pardon me. I always want to say it the French way. Whoa, that was a dangerous play by Mr. Brady and a beautiful play by Siona Makoni. Sione Baby. Nope, sorry, Sione Baby's number 75. That's Sione, number 13. Sione Baby, one of the great players here for East. His uncle plays for the New York Jets professionally.
Well, when I saw the ball in the
with
air,
a beautiful tackle.
Yeah, it was a great tackle. When I saw the ball in the air, I thought, he's going to try to take this one, and I was kind of assuming that he was going to get that block, but he didn't quite get the block, and he might have fumbled the ball right there. He got hit pretty hard.
A few scary moments. Logan again with great field position, 1st and 10 on the East 47-yard line. Nelson rolling away from the pressure, throws, and turnaround is fair play. That time it was Patatefa who was on defense, and he had a beat on the ball.
Great defense. Nelson feeling a little pressure. It was about to close in on him, and he threw it, and, both
Hartman,
guys were there.
the intended receiver. So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Smith in the backfield with Nelson. Again, pressure by East, so they take the outlet receiver. It's going to be good for 7 yards to Artist, number 4. In on the tackle, number 11, Taylor.
Looks like Logan may have called their final timeout. Try to get some more points on the board as they're about the 42, 43-yard line. Probably try to get another 10 or so yards so that they can try to put at least one through the uprights.
Yeah, you don't have time for that with 10 seconds.
They're going deep.
I mean, you might be able to run a quick out pattern and immediately step out of bounds and stop the clock. But, well, they're telling them to put more time on the board. So Logan may have an opportunity.
16.
Yeah, now you've got 2 plays.
Well, you do have 2 plays, but you still got to get out of bounds. And
Correct.
they just tried on the play before this, right on the last play, to get out of bounds, and it forced them to use their timeout because East did a great job keeping them in bounds, not letting them get out.
Nothing across the middle. The middle is gone. Everything's got to be to the edges. Right up the middle comes Rush, and Nelson has to rush for his life. And he does get out of bounds, but he loses about a yard on the play.
Looks like he might have gained a yard.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I moved the wrong. No, they spot him for about 3.
Game 3, 4th down and 2.
Well, we'll spot it for 2. It's 4th and 2. And look at Rush.
Yeah, he's always in there causing some havoc, making DJ Nelson's get life,
Well, that time he came from the middle. He's been coming from the edge all night. Now he came from the middle. They move Smith over to that side to help. Flag on the play. Nelson gets the first down, but I think you're going to see an illegal procedure call against the Grizzlies.
Which in that case, don't they do a
No.
wind some clock down or anything like that?
Well, I'm not quite sure of the call, but it is against the Grizzlies. Oh, not getting set. No, that'd be a legal procedure. An illegal shift.
Against Logan, 5 yards.
So the illegal shift backs him up.
I would
That's
have,
10.
if I was coach, I would have declined that, make them start the clock and end the half. There you go. Clock winds. We're going into halftime.
So at the half, it's the Grizzlies 36, East High with 0. We'll be back with halftime after these messages.
I'm Dolores. I want to welcome you to Gosner Foods. We're celebrating our 45th year here at Gosner Foods, and we're very excited about it. We started with just enough milk to make half a vat of cheese every day, and now we're taking about 1.5 million pounds of milk in every day. We finally have our milk going to our troops in Afghanistan. This has been a dream of ours for a long time, since we've had the military business, but not been able to take it to the people that really needed it that were overseas.
Hi, this is Bobby at your locally owned Ashley Furniture Home Store. You're not going to believe the great deals we have right now with our non-profit event. Right now with our huge non-profit event, our entire store is on sale. Mattresses, sofas, recliners, lamps, you name it. Anything in this store as well as anything we can order, all at our non-profit event. I dare you to compare in the valley, out of the valley, on the internet. It doesn't matter. Our prices won't be beat.
Antwerp, Belgium, the diamond capital of the world. As a master IJO jeweler, S.E. Needham Jewelers has a rare opportunity to buy directly from the Antwerp diamond cutter. S.E. Needham Jewelers will be leaving for Antwerp shortly to hand-pick diamonds at substantial savings. So stop in now to have S.E. Needham Jewelers choose the perfect diamond for you directly from Antwerp, Belgium. Only at S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block at the sign of the clock.
The Acceleration Program at Jordan Valley Medical Center is a 10-week program with 27 sessions that will optimize your athletic skills. It's a thorough assessment series designed to bring you to peak athletic performance. Visit our website at jordanvalleymc.com or reach us at 801-601-2309. It's the difference between first and second place. the top of Utah television with the Logan Grizzlies traveling down from beautiful Cache Valley to the beautiful east side of the Salt Lake Valley to take on the East High Leopards. Two teams with excellent, strong, historical football programs. And it has been all Logan, Jared, in the first half. East High really struggling, only 3 first downs in the first half. Started out on their own 20, fumbled on the first play of the game. Started out on their own 20, threw a safety on the second play of the game. Started out on their own 20, turned it over on downs. Their own 20, punt. Their own 22, punt. Their own 20, punt. Their own 36, fumble. Their own 15, fumble. Their own 20, punt. Not a beautiful first half for what really is a very good East offensive team.
Yeah, you know, it's really hard. I think where the game started when East High fumbled the ball.
And a 28-yard field goal by Thompson with 9:36 to play. There's the 2-point safety.
Started out 5-0.
Then that's the next fumble recovery.
Yeah, East High's defense started out really strong, but I think it's a matter of them being on the field a lot. When you talked to Coach before the game, he said keep Logan off the field, and they have not done that.
Well, they started out with the 28-yard field goal by Thompson for the Grizzlies. Then it was a 30-yard field goal by Thompson. Then DJ Nelson with a beautiful scramble and a touchdown. That's the 20-yard touchdown run by Nelson to make it 15-0 with 4:23 to play in the first. Then a 39-yard pass play to Brady is completed by an 11-yard touchdown pass Nelson to Smith to make it 22-0. The bright spot of the night, Melissi, with a 23-yard run, but they fumbled immediately after that. Nelson then makes them pay with a big pass. Hagan Anderson comes up limping, but that doesn't matter. He gets the 4-yard touchdown pass to make it 29-0 with 3:07 to play in the second. Melissi with a beautiful return comes back because of a penalty. Ooh, a big hit there. Cook fumbles the handoff. And that sets up the next Logan score, a 4-yard touchdown pass from Nelson to Thompson. Right there.
Yeah, you know, East came out ready to play, and I think it's a matter of their defense being on the field a lot more than their coach would like. They're getting worn down. They're not able to play as tied up on Logan as they were to start the game. See, we started the game. Logan started out very good position in the red zone 3 times. They held them to 2 field goals and 1 touchdown. That's not too bad. That's only 15-0.
9 possessions for the Grizzlies. 9 in the first half. They've scored on 7 of the 9. Collecting points. Here's been their field position. The East 13, the East 44, the East 30, their own 41 at midfield, their own 27. The only one of the few times they punted. Their own 43, the East 28, and the East 47. So Logan has had excellent field position. Now, a couple of quick things, and then we're going to bring you the sponsors of tonight's action. We would like to thank Principal Paul Sagers, Head Coach Brandon Maddich, Athletic Director Kathy Butler for being so welcoming to us to visit East High here on the beautiful East Bench of Salt Lake, just a mile from where the state football championship is going to be played at Rice-Eccles Stadium at the University of Utah. Bringing you tonight's action are some great businesses. The Sports Academy, your club, your results, your life. Gosner Foods, nature provided, we perfected. S.E. Needham Jewelers in the middle of the block at the sign of the clock where Utah gets engaged. Ashley Furniture Home Store. Bobby's gone insane with the no-profit sale. BATC, the Bridgeland Applied Technology College, employment through training. Firehouse Pizzeria. Come experience the Stone at Firehouse, open late after every game. Cash Telecom, Fortune 500 services for the small and medium-sized business. Ally Media Group, your media ally at allymediagroup.com. Graphics Press, a full and self-service business center and copy shop in Smithfield and Providence. And Diablo's Dome, experience the ultimate scare right here in the Salt Lake Valley in Harriman. Jared, before we take a break, your thoughts on perhaps the discussion. What is East High focusing on for this second half?
They're focusing on what they were focusing to start the game. Keep Logan off the field. Keep their offense off the field. thus your offense on the field a lot more, meaning you're driving the ball down there. You got to look. They've been plugging up the middle. They might need to try a couple slam passes because Logan has been bringing a lot of heat from the middle. So you might want to try a few slam passes to open up that middle running game sometime.
And what's Logan looking at for the second half?
Well, Logan, they just got to look at keep playing and keep scoring. Otherwise, they could allow East to get in this. Keep the momentum on your side. Otherwise, could be bad news.
We're going to take another break and be back after these messages. You're enjoying the Top of Utah television.
Hi, I'm Dolores, and I want to welcome you to Gosner Foods. We're celebrating our 45th year here at Gosner Foods, and we're very excited about it. We started with just enough milk to make half a vat of cheese every day, and now we're taking about 1.5 million pounds of milk in every day. We finally have our milk going to our troops in Afghanistan. This has been a dream of ours for a long time, since we've had the military business, but not been able to take it to the people that really needed it that were overseas.
Hi, this is Bobby at your locally owned Ashley Furniture Home Store. You're not going to believe the great deals we have right now with our non-profit event. Right now with our huge non-profit event, our entire store is on sale. Mattresses, sofas, recliners, lamps, you name it. Anything in this store as well as anything we can order, all at our non-profit event. I dare you to compare in the valley, out of the valley, on the internet. It doesn't matter. Our prices won't be beat.
Antwerp, Belgium, the diamond capital of the world. As a master IJO jeweler, S.E. Needham Jewelers has a rare opportunity to buy directly from the Antwerp diamond cutter. S.E. Needham Jewelers will be leaving for Antwerp shortly to hand-pick diamonds at substantial savings. So stop in now to have S.E. Needham Jewelers choose the perfect diamond for you directly from Antwerp, Belgium. Only at S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block at the sign of the clock.
Well, it's been a story of turnovers. East High hurting their own cause with a fumble, a safety, a fumble, and a fumble. 5 turnovers in the first half makes it really hard for you to get the offensive production that you want as a team. And Logan has taken advantage, scoring on 7 of their 9 possessions in the first half. some early jitters for both teams, and then Logan got their offense rolling first. Both defenses playing very, very well. The East defensive line getting a lot of penetration on DJ Nelson. Logan Grizzlies defensive line returning the favor, making it very difficult on Cook on both snaps and handoffs, something that the Leopards have struggled with this evening. Nelson's 20-yard touchdown run, his 19th rushing touchdown on the season. Now 3 regions have finished their league competition. All 4 number 1 seeds are in place. 15 of the 17th playoff berths have been secured, with 4 teams in Region 8 going for the remaining 2 spots. Looks like Region 5 is going to meet up with Region 7, and that leaves 6 paired with 8. In Region 5, Logan's region, Logan's number 1, Mountain Crest number 2, Skyview 3rd, Box Elder number 4. Logan has successfully defended their region title and is champ for the 25th time. That's the 6th most in the history of the football program in the state of Utah. In region number 6, East is number 1, Bountiful 2, Highland 3, Woods Cross 4. East is the region champion for the first time since 2007 and their 32nd time overall. In Region 7, Olympus is number 1, Skyline number 2, Westlake number 3, Harriman number 4. Harriman will host the 5th place team from Region 8 in a play-in game early next week, and the winner will face Logan. That's why Logan doesn't know who they'll be playing. And I really dislike the way that the Utah High School Activities Association has put this playoff together. There is no need for that playoff game, and it is unfair to the number 1 team of Region 5 because they're only going to have about 4 days to prepare for whoever they'll be playing. Olympus has their first region crown since 2003 and their 9th in school history. Region 8 Timpview has secured the number 1 seed. Maple Mountain, Orem, Timpanogos, Mountain View, and Springville all still in the mix. This is the only 4A region with any drama. Maple Mountain could finish 2nd or 3rd, Orem 2nd to 4th, Timpanogos high as 2nd or as low as having to play in to even get to the playoff. Now, a couple of scenarios work out here, Jared. Salem Hills must topple Maple Mountain to force a playoff with the Mountain View Springville winner and a 3-way play-in game. Now, if the Timberwolves lose to Orem, that's it. The Timberwolves lose to Orem. If Maple Mountain wins, Timpanogos and the Mountain View Springville winner are in. Now, Timpview has garnered its 18th region title, 7th in a row. And so that's kind of the playoff picture. It's a little muddy just because there are 4 teams still battling for it in Region 8, which is basically Utah County.
Yeah, it's that time of year where you can start worried about the playoffs. All these teams, I'm sure, are really excited to get in the playoffs. And in my experience, sometimes teams that are undefeated, they might get a little big-headed. So, if East ends up not coming back in this game, it could be one of those that kind of helps them awake and get ready to play for the playoffs.
You speak of undefeated, Jared. Here's an interesting statistic for you. This season, every region, all 16 regions in the state, could boast an undefeated champion for the first time since 1924. Now, in 1924, there were only 31 teams in 5 leagues, so then they did it with 5 undefeated region champions. 16 undefeated teams in region play. Now, 8 teams have already claimed undefeated league titles. Fremont in Region 1, Viewmont in 2, Logan in 5, East in 6, Olympus in 7, Timpview in 8, Manti 2A North, San Juan 2A South. And there's 3 first-round games are set no matter what happens this week. Box Elder will play at Olympus, Skyview will play at Skyline, and Westlake will play at Mountain Crest. And the only classification where there are any games set at all, those 3 games are all 4A. 1A, 2A, 3A, and 5A. It's a crapshoot. I tried to work out the regions and who could be going tonight, and I'm sitting there saying, well, if this team wins, if that, and I gave up. It was starting to make my head hurt.
That's what makes exciting football right there. This is what you play for as a player. You play for an opportunity to keep playing in the playoffs and eventually play in that state championship mile up the road.
And we've had a beautiful fall. I mean, September I mean, it averaged 80 degrees all of September. Beautiful weather to play in. October has been beautiful. The only way you even know it's really fall is that once the sun goes down, it does drop by about 20, 30 degrees. It has cooled right off here at East High, and not unpleasantly cold, but everybody's put on jackets. Many people are wearing scarves and hats and gloves. The cheerleaders all put on their long pants and their hoodies. I mean, it got cold.
Yeah, I'm going to be putting my gloves on here in a minute. I'm getting a little chilly, a little breeze coming out of the canyon. Another way you can tell it's fall, that beautiful mountain range, all glistening with red. I was admiring it the whole way down here to Salt Lake.
You look right up here at Immigration and Big Cottonwood, if I'm keeping my canyon straight, and it's just absolutely beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
East High sits in a beautiful, beautiful place.
Very beautiful place for East High, although they're not sitting in a beautiful situation coming out of the first half.
Very well said. And what's worse, they've got to give the ball to Logan. I think East has got to find a way to get Malisi into the mix. He's exciting. He's dynamic. While he trails in yards to Cook, the quarterback, he's a truer runner. And I think they've got to find a way to get him into the mix in this second half.
Yeah, we've seen on the few plays that he's been in on or that he's touched the ball, he runs with a purpose. He's running downhill. And, you know, if I'm East, I'm going to make it a point to get him the ball in the second half.
So here we go. The second half is underway, and it goes into the end zone. Hartman lets it bounce in. Wise move. The Logan Grizzlies will start out 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line, which is surprisingly their worst field position of the game so far.
They might not know what to do from the 20-yard line. Yeah, they've started the first few drives. They started on the other side of the field, and then they started at the 50.
Now there's a whole lot of different numbers on the field for East, but Rush, the huge defensive player for East, is still into the ball game. Far side, breaks it wide open. It's a foot race to the end zone for Smith. They're not going to catch him. 80 yards, first play from scrimmage in the second half. Smith with the 80-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, he's showing you why he scored so many touchdowns this year. Great runner. You get him out in the open like you see here. Great blocking. You know, nobody even touched him. He had a wide open lane, and he just turned on the speed. Got an 80-yard touchdown run to start the second half. Can't ever argue or be upset with that if you're Logan.
Well, and like you say, he comes in with 39 carries, 221 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. He's added another one to that total. Plus, he's also had 10 receiving touchdowns, and he's added one of those tonight as well. There's a penalty on the field. Looks like it was waved off. Thompson for the extra point. It is up and good. And 43-0 for the Grizzlies. We're going to keep it here. 30 seconds on that scoring drive. And Smith just outrun everybody. Beautiful blocking at the line of scrimmage.
It always helps as a running back to not have to break any tackles when you're running the ball or make any kind of adjustment. He made one adjustment up the field like that, then another one to try to beat that free safety, and he just went untouched 80 yards.
Go back to the first of that play. How many defenders did East have? Did they have 11 men on the field?
You know, that's a good point.
We have some wonderful East High coaches here in the booth with us, and I didn't notice it until the second replay, but they only had 10 men on the field. And this kick is returnable. Malisi has a chance to show his athleticism, and a nice return out to the 18-yard line.
Looks like Jaden Connor for the Grizzlies was there to bring him down and stop him from getting any momentum downfield.
Well, we talked about this at the half. I don't think you can automatically change your game plan. East runs the ball very, very well. They've got to find a way for Milisi to get into this mix. Whether that's throwing it to him or handing it to him.
They just
And
handed
there
it
he
to him.
goes. This is what I was talking about. He's got a head of steam. He's got a blocker. Nice cutback. He's got some speed all the way from the 18 to the 39-yard line. What a great run by Milisi.
You know, this is exactly what we were saying at halftime that they have to do. Good adjustment there at the line, finding his way through a small gap in the line, and then he just points his blockers where to go and gets himself another 15, 20 yards there after some of the Grizzlies caught up to him.
42 yards on the carry. 1st and 10 on the Logan 40-yard line. Milisi again, another inside seam. Pawnee finally drags him down after a 5-yard run.
Yeah, it looks like East is starting to show a little counter. You see right there Cook on the replay. When he's getting ready to hand the ball off, he kind of shows it outside and then brings it back into the middle and hands it off in the middle. So probably a quick jab step there by Milisi, and then a run up the middle of the opposite side.
Cook under center. Keeps it, pitches, turns it upfield, and a good hard hit by the Logan Grizzlies. He's going to get 2 yards the hard way. Ball carrier Mickey Taylor, number 11.
Yeah, I heard that hit all the way up here. You can see here, it's the triple option. He reads out, pulls it out quick enough, and then draws the D end into him. Gets a good pitch out there. Then he gets up there and then boom, quit. That's a hard helmet-to-helmet hit right there.
Nelson on the tackle, not DJ, but younger brother Chase, finished up by number 22, Johnny Luke, who leads the Grizzlies in interceptions. Cook under center, 3rd and a long 4. And they go, oh, what a beautiful
Quarterback
play.
keeper, he's gonna
Quarterback
get
keeper, he's headed to the end zone. And Cook scores.
You know, that's
From
a great
35
read.
yards out. What a beautiful run by Cook.
Great play. We weren't sure who had that up here in the booth, but you see Cook making that triple option read right from the beginning of the play where he decides to keep it. And it was a great choice right there. He keeps it, kind of stumbles, loses his feet over his own offensive lineman. Then he's able to make a good adjustment there to throw the defense off their angle, pursuit angle, and he was able to get upfield and get in the end zone with a great dive to end off there.
Cook with a beautiful run, very well blocked at the line. That's the beauty of the triple option when your quarterback reads it right and can handle the snap. That's what they've struggled with tonight, was the snap and the handoff. Cook does it perfectly that time, and it's the East Leopards on the board. They trail 43-7, 9:06 to play in the 3rd. We're back after these messages. It was done as well as you can do it by Mr. Jason Cook on the triple option. Quarterback read, he keeps it, goes just outside the B gap, and 35 yards later, picking him up, putting him down. It's East's first points of the game, and Cook comes into the game with 13 rushing touchdowns. That's number 14. Had nearly 900 yards of rushing coming into the game. That was a perfect series by the Leopards with 2 big runs, a 35-yard run by Cook and a 52-yard run, or 42-yard run by Milisi. And the Grizzlies get a nice return out to their own 40-yard line.
Now a little squib kick there. Chasen Anderson recovered it and just went to the backside, picked up quite a big return there, about a good 30, 25-yard return.
Well, that's the problem with the squib kick. If your team isn't all over it, is that you aren't very far down the field, and he gets a little bit open space to run. You know, typically, Jared, you talk about chewing up chunks of the field. You're thinking that you're passing the ball. Well, East does it the old-fashioned way, and that last drive they did it beautifully with a 42-yard run and a 35-yard run.
Yeah.
That's 77 yards in 2 plays.
Yeah, you didn't chew up a whole lot of clock running it. You just got a lot of yards.
And Brady comes in as quarterback and gets absolutely flat after a 4-yard run. Maka Hafua on the tackle. Look at this. Oh, that one hurt. That's one of those plays where you dislocate a shoulder or break a collarbone.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big guy tackling you, too. That's not a little bit.
A lot of weight coming down on top of you.
That's a big young man.
Thank goodness they're wearing pads out there.
Yeah, but see those hits on the shoulder, there's no real pad that protects it. 2nd and 6 for the Grizzlies. Brady, the quarterback. A nice cutback and a pretty run for 9 yards, nearly 10.
Yeah, he did a great job reading the flow of the defense. He didn't rush the play at all. He read the way that it was setting up, saw that there was a lot of back pressure, cut it back to the back where nobody was anymore, picked up a good 7-8 yards, maybe 10.
Smith with a nice carry, and you're seeing both teams now substituting players because, hey, everybody knows we're in the playoffs next week. Everybody knows we're the Region 1 team. Everybody's got a pretty good idea of how this ball game's going to end up, too. So why get anybody hurt? Nelson already out. East has already substituted some people as well. Smith, again, gets the handoff from Brady. Nice surge down the field by the Logan offensive line, and Smith has 7 yards on the carry.
On that case, he just found some blockers and stayed behind him, and they just kept pushing, and he kept his feet moving.
Look at this beautiful pull right there. And look, who is that? Big number 75 for the Grizzlies. That is Dalton Cole. He pulled and just started moving bodies.
There's a lot of downfield blocking there. Felipe Ruiz as well for Logan was a pulling guard. Looks like got upfield, just helped him get a few extra yards.
2nd down for the Grizzlies. Brady, right to Smith again. Logan being very conservative. Smith, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, still dragging people. And they needed 4 for the first down, and Smith picks up 9.
Yeah, you see here, we've been talking, he's doing a great job of keeping his feet moving after the first hit. See, he gets hit, gets wrapped up, keeps his feet moving, and he keeps getting more and more yards. Finally drugged down. That's why you got to wrap, and that's a great job of wrapping there.
So Saini not able to bring him down. 5.5 minutes to play in the 3rd. Finally took 2 of them. Borderline horse collar on the end of that. Brady inside, Utah shovel pass to Smith. Good for 8-9 yards. Smith becomes the workhorse now because the Grizzlies just want to chew up clock.
You know, that's a play designed there. They see that the defensive ends are getting a lot of leap up the field, so they take advantage of it, let the D end get upfield towards the quarterback, and then just a pitch underneath.
Well, East has had marvelous pressure from their defensive line all evening. The Grizzlies, 2nd and 2. Brady, oh, look at the East defense all over in the backfield. And number 7 has to scramble just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Great pressure by a host of Leopards.
Yeah, you see here, they all get a big gain up the field. There's nowhere to go there. There's about 5 people in the backfield there. East does a great job penetrating and getting back there and causing the play little havoc.
There were 4 East defenders in the backfield. Brady with nowhere to go. Clock continues to run, down to 4 minutes to play in the 3rd. The Grizzlies facing 3rd down. from the shotgun for Brady. And again, nowhere to go, and a loss of 8 on the play.
Corey Rush with the sack on the play. You see him, he's been infield, upfield, backfield all game long, and right here he pulls out the sack. Just chasing Brady down and picking up a big loss. Big stop there for Rush.
Corey Rush with a huge play, and he has had several. He's been a bright spot for the Leopard defense this evening. He's lived up to all of the expectations. And they are kicking. Oh, this is going to test Mr. Thompson. They are kicking from the 41-yard line. That's a 51-yard field goal attempt. He's got the leg. And it's good. It's a 51-yard field goal by Thompson to give the Grizzlies a 46-7 lead. We'll be back after these messages. Jake Thompson looking at a whole lot of green space. 51-yard field goal to give the Grizzlies a 46-7 lead with 3:03 to play in the third. That is a tool most high school coaches don't have to use, Jared, as a kicker that can kick it that far.
You know, and it can make a difference in the game. You know, if you have an offense that drives down to the 20, the 15-yard line, you can't put it in the end zone, and you don't have a kicker to rely on to kick it in, you're going to have to go for it and come away empty-handed sometimes. So it's always beneficial to have a great kicker on your team backing you for everything that you're doing, just in case you don't get it in the end zone. You're guaranteed at least 3.
Well, both teams continuing to make a lot of substitutions because tonight's matchup, everybody knows what's happened. Now we're looking ahead next week to the playoffs. Let's stay healthy, and I think that's wise coaching.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to get into your players hurt. This game's basically over. It's towards the end of the third. You're down 39 points. You don't want to use your starters and wear them out and get them hurt for next week when you're going to have to start playing in the playoffs.
Cook is still the quarterback for the Leopards, and they go back 2 yards. Tackle on the play by number 3, Jaden Connor for the Grizzlies. I'll be honest, Jared. This was not the game I expected. I expected a game as good as the East defense looked coming in here with the 2 shutouts, the way that Logan's scoring was dropping, all of the press that you read about the East High running attack. I figured we were 27-24, 27-21. Downfield, whoa! And a flag on the play. Going to be interesting to see which way that goes. But I'll tell you what, who was that got up in the air that high?
I think that's going to be an offensive pass interference. Let's see who got up there.
Who is that?
Number 22. Johnny Luke.
Luke has got some springs, man. That's some serious vertical leap.
It's a great effort, too. Gets up there, got a little undercut. I'm not quite sure if that was a pass interference, but it's a good play either way for both players.
Yeah, I didn't see much of a penalty there, I'll be honest.
Penalty against East.
Backs him up.
That might have been, they lost down.
Lost to down. And 10 yards. So East in a deep hole. I didn't see the signal.
Neither did I.
Cook,
There you go.
downfield, open. Oh, wow! He had him open across the middle and slicing over. Taylor Compton, number 15, saved a big gain because the East intended receiver, number 16, was wide open. They had Fakahulapia.
Yeah, you see the ball right there thrown, and as he let go of it, I was thinking it was going to end up in his hand, but he makes a great defensive play, getting his hand out there and stopping a big play.
Taylor Compton with a huge play. 4th and 21. East punting from their end zone. On a good high punt. Fair catch called for at the 46-yard line. So Logan continues to have excellent field position this evening, as their drives have started at the East 13, the East 46, the East 30, their own 41 at midfield, 27, own 43, East 28, East 47, their own 20, their own 40, and now the East 46.
You know, both teams, great teams that we've been talking about. Logan's definitely shown them, you know, what they're made of. But I think a big thing that happened early on in this game was East giving the ball up, giving Logan high-powered offense the ball in their own field several times.
At this caliber of play, when you have two of the best teams in the state, we can't emphasize that enough. East ranked number 1 in 4A, Logan ranked number 2 in 4A, respectively 4th and 5th in the state. When you have two teams of this caliber, you cannot turn the ball over, and East has 4 or 5 turnovers tonight. Third quarter has expired. It's the Grizzlies 46, the Leopards 7. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the Top of Utah Television. Jared Christensen, Dave Bennett, and the rest of the the Top of Utah Television crew with you. You can view tonight's game on Channel 39 in Logan, Channel 19 in Salt Lake City.
Brady on the quarterback keeper.
Brady on the QB keeper. Picks up 2.
Tackled by Cantor for the Leopards, 2nd down and 8.
Tackle by number 7, Cantor, for the Leopards. And Logan obviously in no rush. They're going to use all of the time clock, Jared, that they can.
Yeah. At this point, it's not about scoring any more points. It's just about running that clock out. So obviously they're going to be running the ball a lot, trying to keep that clock going. Then just go back up to Logan, getting ready for the playoffs.
Well, and the other thing you're going to try to do is get everybody some reps. Get these younger people some game experience. You're going to maybe try a few plays that are at the back of the playbook. They're the play or two that you keep on hand at the end of practice just to have some fun, and you might see if they work, kind of like a 51-yard field goal.
Yeah, at this point, it basically becomes a JV game. I remember when I played high school football and I played on the JV team, your whole purpose was basically to throw the varsity game that was going to be played the next night. Your job is to throw them off. Basically, not run your offense, throw in a couple other plays that might throw the scouting report off quite a bit. So you might see some of that here.
Brady breaks 1 tackle, gets it down to the 40. It's a 4-yard run.
Plus, like you said, a lot of those underclassmen don't have the experience playing underneath the lights. The JV games and stuff like that are usually in the afternoon, so it's always good to get that adrenaline out so that the guys that are going to start playing next year will be able to have that experience under their belt and say, hey, I've already played underneath those lights. It's exciting still, but I've been there, done that. I'm not going to have the jitters that I would have if this is the first time playing under the lights.
Exactly, plus some experience. So 4th and 5 at the East, what is that, the 40-yard line. On a bad snap, Thompson handles it and gets away a very poor punt. He had to pick it up off the ground. He was getting pressured, went off the side of his foot. It's going to be marked out of bounds. It's only a punt of 9 yards.
Well, at least he got rid of it.
Yeah, because the alternative was a turnover because it's a live ball.
East High first down and 10 on the 25-yard line.
East starts at their own 25-yard line. So they end up, well, I said 9 yards. They end up marking it for 15. But it wasn't much of a punt. Thompson normally is kicking more in the 30, 40-yard range.
Well, we just saw his leg on Logan's last drive where he kicked that 51-yard field goal, so he's got plenty of leg.
And of all the kickoffs, they've only had a chance to return 2 of them. So he can boot the ball. Gang tackled by the Logan Grizzlies.
Isaac Baez, the ball carrier for East.
They brought in a new quarterback, sophomore quarterback, Isaac Valles.
Picks up a yard. So all of the eyes of 4A football turn to Region 8. 2 playoff spots open. 4, well, really 5 teams still with the chance to fill those two spots. Pate Tua, the ball carrier, picks up 3. Well, they took him further than that, 4.
So does the first and second seed get a bye in the first round?
No, they stay home. That's their only advantage.
They just get to play at home.
They just get to play at home. And in something that I totally disagree with, I don't understand why the Utah High School Activities Association thinks we need an extra team from Region 8. Region 7 doesn't get one. Region 5 doesn't get one. Region 6 doesn't get one. But for some reason down there, we've got to have an extra team, which means you have a play-in game, which means that the first place team, the Logan Grizzlies, whoa, what a run! Wow!
Great run.
Valles picks him up and puts him down 63 yards.
That's just a great read right here. You can see he decides to keep it as the defensive end collapses down, and he gets outside quick, puts on the afterburners, jets it for 63 yards into the touchdown. Isaac Valles, sophomore quarterback.
He's got some speed.
So
he has some speed. Beautiful run by Valles.
That's a look at what you might be seeing next year for East High.
Well, what we were talking about is because of this silly thing where you've got to have an extra team, they have a play-in game. So here you have the number 1 team out of Region 5, the Logan Grizzlies, with only 4 days to prepare. And the extra point is up and good, and that makes it 46-14. We're back after these messages.
Hi, this is Bobby at your locally owned Ashley Furniture Home Store. You're not going to believe the great deals we have right now with our non-profit event. Right now with our huge non-profit event, our entire store is on sale. Mattresses, sofas, recliners, lamps, you name it. Anything in this store as well as anything we can order, all at our non-profit event. I dare you to compare in the valley, out of the valley, on the internet. It doesn't matter. Our prices won't be beat.
Valles, with beautiful misdirection, hustles it down the field. And 63 yards later, it is pay dirt for the sophomore. Some much needed points for the East Leopards. Jared, you were saying during the break?
I was saying you just as well go for the onside kick right here. You're about to go in the playoffs. You're going to have a lot of close games. Playoffs are made of close games. You want to have some in-game experience of trying to get the onside kick.
Well, not onsides, but they pooch it. It's picked up at the 12-yard line. And returned by number 25 for the Grizzlies. That is Josh Wilson. So the Grizzlies will start 1st and 10 at their own 25, 26-yard line.
First down and 10, Logan on the 26-yard line.
Again, mass substitutions by both teams. 7:48 to play in regulation. You get in, you say, hey, I'm excited to get in. I want to make something happen. I am excited. I want to make something. And McConey just gets a little anxious.
Yeah, it's definitely a case of the I'm excited to be in the game. Penalty. Looks like they've taken Smith out of the game as well. Brought in, looks like junior Jacob Hogan in the backfield right now for the Logan Grizzlies. Looks like he's just waiting for the official to start counting it off.
Yeah, there's no need to rush. In on the tackle for East, number 32, Nate Berger. High snap.
Number 32, Nate Berger on the tackle for East.
And as you mentioned, Jacob Hogan, the ball carrier. Not much on the play. Hogan still in the backfield. 3 wideouts to this side, 1 to the far side. East shows blitz. Here they come. And Hogan is buried and loses the ball, but I think they're going to say that he is down. The ground can't cause a fumble. Big hit by Christian Falau.
Great hit. You see him just run right up the middle. He read it. It definitely said, welcome to high school football.
That was a huge hit. Nobody even touched him. Squared up, broke down, and drove him to the ground. It's a loss of 6.
Yeah, and you saw the ball come out after he hit the ground, so refs did a great job not calling that a fumble.
3rd and 10 for the Grizzlies after the loss of 6. Pretty tackle. That's a nice tackle. Way to go, Christian. Here comes the blitz again. Complete for first down and 13 yards on the completion to number 21. That is Jamison Hartman.
It's a great quick slam pass there. Well, maybe a little post route. Great read by quarterback Jesse Brady, whose name we've been calling quite a bit this evening.
Yeah, he had a little case of dropsy at the first of the game and then came up absolutely huge. 39-yard pass completion, touchdown, some first down catches. He got it squared away and had a great night. Now he's doing it at quarterback. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. Hogan straight ahead for 3.
Hogan, the ball carrier. Tackled by Berger for the Leopards.
Berger on the tackle for the Leopards.
Yeah, he did a great job reading where the ball was going and keeping containment, but then closing it in and bringing him down.
2nd and 7. Hogan off the right side this time for maybe a yard.
Grizzly ball carrier, Hogan.
So the Grizzlies being very conservative. Tackle made by number 70. That is McConey, or McConey, not quite sure how he would say that. M-A-K-O-N-I, McConey.
Nate Berger was in there on that play as well, and another East High player that I didn't get his number, but just great swarming to the ball there and stopping them.
Third and the longest third down of the night possibly for the Grizzlies, nearly 8. Hogan hit in the backfield, coming in there first and slicing through number 45. Once again, Falau with a great defensive play, and they lose 2 yards.
He gets in there, causes a big stir up, and then allows Ula Tula to get in there and bring him down, bring up a 4th down for the Grizzlies.
So facing 4th and 9, the Grizzlies will punt as we go under 3 minutes to play in the game. The Grizzlies taking a lot of time, and that was really the only goal of this drive, was to burn up as much clock as you possibly could. And in that regard, the play this series was entirely successful.
Yeah, it was. They burned out good 4 or 5 minutes off the clock.
Nearly
right there.
6. Ooh,
there another high snap.
good job by Thompson getting that under control, and that time he boots it. Hits an East player. That's a live ball, and I think the Grizzlies have recovered. Oh, boy. Big break there for East as it ricocheted off the return man, number 28. That is Tua'atufa. Sorry. .2:15 to play in the game. 46-15. And East, now, hey, let's not forget that East had a 63-yard touchdown run on their last possession.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to see a little bit more of that triple option. Get the balls in the hands of those quick players there.
And a nice cut to the outside, and a good run close to a first down by number 28, Ua. I like the fact that all of us take abbreviations here in the booth with that last name. And a beautiful run by the young man for 9 yards. I'm going to call him Uta. That's his first name.
Yeah.
There you go. Valles shows his speed again. Crosses midfield, knocked out of bounds at the 48-yard line. 23-yard run.
Yeah, another good read. He saw that the defensive end, number 76, got sucked into the middle, so he kept it. Gets outside quickly and picks up a big gain. Getting onto Logan's side of the field now.
And another nice run by Valles. 1st and 10 on the Logan side of the field at the Grizzly 48-yard line. Uta straight ahead. Breaks one tackle. Falls ahead for maybe a yard. Host of Grizzlies bringing him down. Looked like it could have been number 76. I don't have a 76. That shows you how deep we are in the right. No, it wasn't 76. 58. Great job on the camera work, guys.
Felipe Ruiz.
Ruiz on the tackle. Down to 41 seconds. And East, I think, took a timeout. We'll keep it here.
Got the whole team rallied there on the sideline. Everybody's in on it. Probably going to try some couple good fun plays for them. Try to get some more points on the board.
Well, and you know, this was a good game for both teams. It was a game that I think should have been played. It's a game that I think showed how good both teams are. obviously a lot more lopsided than most folks thought. You had this as a 2-point game by pretty much everybody.
Yep.
I was thinking 27-21, 27-24. Been a little bit different than we thought. But still, it gives you some good things for the playoffs. East, now, I would hate to be their next opponent because you know that they're going to pin their ears back next week because they want to show that they're better than this score.
And I'm sure East is hoping for a rematch in the state championship because nothing is better than revenge.
Baez across the middle, and he couldn't hang on to the ball. That was a nice play in 3 ways. Baez threw the ball really well, and then a beautiful play on the backside. I think it was by number 14 for Logan. Let's check. Boom.
Yep.
David Clausen. Mr. Clausen,
Great
you
catch.
done good.
But then
That's a nice tackle.
That's how they teach you to do it right there. Put your head where the ball is, cause that ball to come out, thus forcing an incomplete pass or a fumble.
Mr. Clausen, that was a nice play. That's a pretty tackle. That's the kind of play you love as a safety. And the final play of the game will be just a little bit reminiscent of East's night. No gain on the play. And our final score is the Grizzlies 46, the East Leopards 14. We'll be back to wrap things up after these messages.
Hi, this is Bobby at your locally owned Ashley Furniture Home Store. You're not going to believe the great deals we have right now with our non-profit event. Right now with our huge non-profit event, our entire store is on sale. Mattresses, sofas, recliners, lamps, you name it. Anything in this store as well as anything we can order, all at our non-profit event. I dare you to compare in the valley, out of the valley, on the internet. It doesn't matter. Our prices won't be beat.
Hi, I'm Dolores, and I want to welcome you to Gosner Foods. We're celebrating our 45th year here at Gosner Foods, and we're very excited about it. We started with just enough milk to make half a vat of cheese every day, and now we're taking about 1.5 million pounds of milk in every day. We finally have our milk going to our troops in Afghanistan. This has been a dream of ours for a long time, since we've had the military business, but not been able to take it to the people that really needed it that were overseas.
Welcome back to Tally Stevens Stadium
I'm
here
Dolores,
at East High School, 13
We're
East in Salt Lake City. And as the two teams shake hands, you're seeing just some of the highlights of tonight's game. Jared, it started with a fumble on their very first play, giving Logan the ball at their own 13-yard line, and Logan never really looked back from there.
Yeah, you know, that's the key to the game right there for me. I think both these teams are very evenly matched. They both show that they can play some great football. But when you got a great team like Logan, you can't let them start on their own side of the field continuously, time in and time out, and give the ball to them in the red zone multiple times as well.
Well, the tail of the tape, as you look at these two teams, East with only 5 first downs the entire game, unofficially 5 penalties for 43 yards. Their possessions, own 20 fumble, their own 20 2-point safety, their own 20 turnover on downs, their own 20 punt, their own 22 punt, their own 20 punt. You sense a pattern. Own 36 fumble, recovered by Caden Anderson, only 15 fumble, own 20 punt, own 18, 35-yard touchdown run by Cook, showed his capability, showed what East is capable of. Own 21, punt, own 25, an exciting 63-yard touchdown run by Baez, the sophomore. And then their final possession of the ball game started on their own 22. Logan on the East 13, 28-yard field goal by Thompson. On the East 46, 30-yard field goal by Thompson. On the East 30, 20-yard touchdown run by Nelson. The safety came in between the two field goals. Their own 41, they punted at the 50, an 11-yard touchdown pass from Nelson to Smith. On their own 27, a punt. On their own 43, Nelson to Anderson for 4 yards, a touchdown pass. Then on the East 28, a 4-yard touchdown pass from Nelson to Thompson. That took us to the half. then an 80-yard touchdown run from the first play from scrimmage, and then that monster 51-yard field goal to take us to our final score of 46-7.
Yeah, you can't let good teams jump out on you like that. Couple penalties shot themselves in the foot. I remember once on 4th down, Logan was about to go for a punt. It was 4th and 10. They got a 5-yard offside penalty, so they went for it on 4th, and that kept Logan with the ball.
Yep.
They eventually went down, put some more points on the board. You can't have mistakes early on in the game, and you can't give a high-powered team like Logan the ball in their own territory if you expect to win.
An impressive